Everybody, we are back with another review, and today we are checking out a sealed board game that I got. We got the Super Mario Brothers power-up card game, and I know nothing about this game. I know nothing about anything that's going on here, so that's why I saved this to check out with you guys and to review. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. So on the front here, we got the classic start screen on the left side and the classic end screen on the right side, which is pretty sweet. I like how they combine those together. We got ages 8 and up. Takes 10 to 30 minutes to play this game, and you could play 3 to 8 players. A lot of players. And they have that on every side of the box, just so you know exactly, not on the bottom, but on the back and every other side. So on the side of the box, we just have a pipe with some trees on that side. So it's kind of like a level, in a way, spread out across the box. The back, we have some player designs here. We got the little tokens, it looks like. 50 extra life tokens, designed by USopoly, which they're pretty decent in regards to their board games that they make. 2017, so came out last year. And it says, in the Super Mario Brothers power-up card game, you must use your wits, deduction skills, and luck to survive the perils of the Mushroom Kingdom. Keep or trade leveled cards to avoid having the fewest coins each round, or you might lose an extra life. Play, block power-ups to gain an advantage, or try and make it safely to the castle. The last player left with extra lives wins the game. Do you have what it takes to get to the high score in Super Mario Brothers power-up card game? Contains 52 level cards, 30 question mark blocks, cards, and 50 extra life tokens. So let's pop this thing open. We'll get a little cutter out over here, and then we'll get right into this. Nice. So the game rules looks just like the front of the box. We'll put that aside, and we'll check everything out. Ooh, I do like how they did that. That is really cool. I'll show you in a second. We'll pull the cards out. We got our tokens. So we got like the outside of the box is level 1. Well, it looks like level 1. And then the inside of the box, it looks like a classic second level to Mario Brothers, where it's got the caves or the underground world. That's pretty neat. And that's where your player tokens and your cards are stored when you're not playing the game. So let's check out these tokens. Tokens are, first off, I'll say this. You don't have to pop out the tokens, which is great. A lot of the times you'll get a couple sheets of cardboard and you have to pop all these out, and then they're going to have those little nipples on each one, and each one's not going to sit right because it wasn't torn out properly. So first, right off the bat, the tokens are pretty decent quality, and they have little Mario, and cardboard's fairly thick, as you can see right there. It's about as thick as a little thicker than a quarter. Probably about a half dollar's thickness, and it's about the size of a nickel, I'd say. About the size of a nickel. You got 50 of those, and I'll figure out what those are for after we check out the game rules. We got the card pack here. Question mark blocks. Castle reveal immediately. Interesting. We're gonna slice these open and check out some of these cards. Alright, so it looks like we'll check out what we got, and then we'll kind of browse through the game rules and see how this game's actually played. So the question mark blocks are very similar to the physics, I imagine, in the game. There's probably items behind these. Okay, so we got super mushrooms. Super mushrooms, we got Goombas. So Goombas come out of the question blocks. We got fire flowers. That's weird. Goombas come out of there. Fire flowers. Koopa Troopas. Lift, somehow a lift comes out of there. That's great. Blooper, Superstar, Buzzy Beetle, Trampolines, Hammer Brothers, Green shells, lava bubble. Ooh, Bowser, look at that. A gold pole, Lakitu, the warp pipes, and then the one-up shroom. Cool. Very cool. So those are your items. So obviously there's power-ups, and there's also power-downs in there too. And then these look like screenshots from the game, which they are. But I want to say that you assemble levels with these. I'm not really sure. So we have a normal standard level here, above ground, let's just say, above ground, normal standard castle level. We got some of the mushrooms here, some clouds and stuff, but it's all taking place here and above. Then we got the underwater level here, and then we have the underground level here, and then we have Bowser's Castle. So pretty much the entire game of Super Mario Brothers is represented here in cards. Now I don't know if it's something like where you build the scene of the level or that's how it goes, but there is cards basically for each scene here, which goes, 1 through 12, and then you have a castle card. And then you have the underground, which is 1 through 12, and you have a castle card. And then you got the underground one, you get the castle card, and you get Bowser's Castle, or the castle, and you got a castle card. So I imagine it's something like that, but let's check out the game rules. I imagine this is fairly easy to play. Talking 8 and up, so let's check that out. So it looks like component overview, level indicator is the coin indicator. Castle card special directive, so basically it tells you at the bottom of the castle cards, draw a question card. You cannot have question cards played on you or lose a Mario token this round, so I guess you can't use the power-ups. Looks like the question cards have level modifiers and card directives, which we saw when we looked through those cards. The extra life tokens, so those are basically your life tokens, the 50 tokens. I don't think you get all of them, but that's what you have to play with. The setup is shuffle both decks of cards. Each player gets 4 lives plus 1 question mark. And then it says step 1, deal lives, page 5, which we just did. Keep or trade levels, page 6. Reveal and modify levels, page 8. How to score, page 10. We got how to win, page 10. So deal levels, oldest player deals first. Dealer deals 1 level card to each player face down. Players peek at their level value. So I imagine you could get randomly, we'll just say this one. Players dealt a castle card. If player is dealt a castle card, reveal it immediately and draw a question mark card. They cannot have question mark cards played on them or lose this round. So that's if you draw the castle card. Keep or trade. The goal of each round is not to be the player with the lowest level. In order to avoid revealing the lowest level, players must decide whether to risk trading a card with their player to the left or keep the card they were dealt. At the end of each round, the player with the lowest level loses 1 extra life token. So you basically just don't want to be the hot potato with the lowest level when you're doing this trading roulette right here, where you can obviously see how the trade works, how the keep works, where the dealer is, and how to start. So it sounds like you basically are trading off these particular cards to try to get yourself an advantage of having the highest score for the level binder on the card. So then reveal and modify. Now players have a chance to play the question mark cards from their hand to modify level card values or to generate other effects. Multiple question mark cards may be played, and players may play cards in any order. But card effects to not stack and previous question mark cards may not have been played on the level card no longer apply. Wow, that's really confusing. So I imagine you're basically playing the level card, or you're playing the question mark cards based off the level card, which it's a little bit more understandable in the illustrations here than it actually is over here with the block explanation on this. So So basically, you're traversing through a visual portion of the level using the question mark boxes as a randomizer in regards to your luck on how you should proceed, and you get these level cards to basically advance towards the castle, which is basically what your objective is what it sounds like. But we're going to find out the exact way how to win the game right after this. So, after all players have finished playing the question mark cards, final level values are compared. All players with the lowest level must lose 1 extra life token. So there's another weaning out round where at the end, you still, if you're the last one in the pack, you still have to lose an extra life token. The dealer has the lowest level and loses this round, discarding 1. So I guess that is if the dealer has it. At the end of each round, revealed level and question mark cards are placed in discard piles and dealer passes to the left. Do not shuffle cards until either deck runs out, then shuffle the discards and form a new deck. The round starts with 1 as the new dealer and the play proceeds clockwise. Play continues with steps listed above until only 1 player has extra life tokens left. How to win. The last player with extra life tokens wins the game. So basically you're going to go through this weeding out cycle where basically the person with the best position is essentially going to be weeded out as you go through these rounds of constantly passing along. Now, I do see that they have the Princess and Toad pictured here, but they're not pictured at all in any of on the back of any of these cards or anything. So that's interesting. But I guess why would they be? You know what I'm saying? Because there's no end card here. They're basically cards that you're playing with, and I think the concept behind the game is pretty sweet. Especially for a short, small game for 8 and up. I mean, something that you can bust out in 10 to 30 minutes, and it's almost in a way like a visual representation of playing an actual Mario level. That's kind of neat. It's an officially licensed product from Nintendo, which means this is not something that, you know, someone cranked out and it was just garbage and they put this on there and it's not licensed. This is actually something that Nintendo reviewed and put their stamp and seal of approval on. So I think this is definitely something that if you're able to check out this game, I would definitely give it a try, especially if you like retro video games. I mean, anybody who's into retro games likes Super Mario. So this is something that should appeal to pretty much any retro enthusiast. But yeah, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you've played this game before, let us know in the comments below. If you want more content like this, subscribe to the channel, and have a great rest of your day.